Right then, so we'll look at setup to start with. Hopefully now on the left-hand side, you can see a nice sort of straight line there from left arm, elbow, hand and club. Whereas this one, we've got that kind of bit of a kink there. Left-hand grip's certainly a lot better in both these cases, okay? In terms of where that grip is, you can see the logo now is a bit more clearly visible. The two knuckles you can see there and now, and that V is kind of pointing up towards your right shoulder more, where this one, the V is kind of over there somewhere.
What about the distance here?
In terms of...
Obviously, I've gripped much
You've gone down a little bit.
That...
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't encourage that. If you feel more control, then fine. But again, I think the height of club is... You want the club to be sort of at fullish length, so to speak. If you're gripping down the club, I mean, it's a little bit down the grip. If you can go to the top of the club, obviously all the better.
Okay.
But gripping down as much as you are, there's not really take much off the distance because you're not really losing much speed in terms of the swing length there, okay?
Okay.
But the feeling for you now is that left-hand grip being stronger, which is going to control that face back to the golf ball. At the moment, from this sort of setup, the ball would always curve left to right. So you would do everything in your power to start the ball left of target, whether that means aiming left, pulling your arms left, swinging around the body left, trying to roll your arms or whatever it may be. Do everything to send the ball left, and it would just start left of target on some sort of path here and go whoop, and curve this way. Depending on which club you had, the longer the club gets, the further right it's going to spin. So your practice needs to be to control this to get it to go to where you want to go. Get the club going towards target with a better grip and the feeling as you go back, as the palm goes back. Now we'll see on this one here now, that's not too bad a movement there. I can just about see sort of the logo on your glove. There's a little bit of kind of twist here as you go back with your left, almost this sort of rotation and folding. And think of your hands like a fire door. It says fire door, keep shut. Don't open the door and then close it. Just keep it there. Yeah. For all intents and purposes, your right hand palm and the right club face are in the same direction. Yeah. So your right palm now is kind of palm down, palm up, palm down, and release the club. So your wrists are doing this more as opposed to doing this corkscrewing and twisting that we see so many golfers try and do. Now, because your left hand was in that position on the way back on this one, if you're, I mean, you always see the first movement there, so the club kind of twisting and rotating away. When you get to about here, your glove now is pointing up here, which started around there and done that. That's have a lot of rotation with that club face. Where it's going to point when you come back to goal ball is just basically right of target, and then you do whatever you can to try and send it as far left as you can, over the top, spinning it, twisting it, everything, and it will sometimes come back to the ball square, and by just sheer ability and a bit of luck, as you said, and something's going your well, it will click together, but it's not going to be a consistent way. When it's good, it'll be all right. When it's not so good, it'll just be a big old cut to the right, and then you're forced into aim left to try and compensate that. And there are certain holes you just can't aim that far left because there's a tree there, or there's out of bounds, or water or something. Okay, so when you're practicing, your main practice now is to control that face. The grip at setup will help that, get that left hand in a better position, logo visible, two knuckles, and a nice lead arm there from shoulder, elbow, right hand, or left hand, should I say, and club shaft, get that better. And then practice swinging the club for your first sort of 4 or 5 swings, sort of, it's about here, just warm up. Yeah, just 25-30% length and speed, just palm down, maybe a little bit less palm up there because it not goes so far, okay, but just swing to there. So the swing length going back sort of this far and back to the golf ball, at least you're going to control that club face a bit better, get the ball going left. Once the ball goes left, then we can then say, okay, right now that ball's consistently going more towards target left. We can now change the path to where you want to go. So rather than you standing there trying to hit it away from the right, you can go, well, I want to go towards that flag. I'm going to hit the ball towards that flag, Not, well, I don't want to go over there. I'll swing over there and hope that 3 wrongs make a right, which it does on occasions, but by sheer kind of more luck than judgment, as you said. So, yeah. Does that kind of make sense? So work on that grip, as I said. By all means, if you want to go when you're down the range, send some vids or pics through in terms of your practice. Say, look, is my grip good? I can just sort of text back and say yes or no, or yes, but maybe a bit more this way, or actually you've gone too far, which you could do. Okay, there's a sweet spot for your particular position. Too weak, too strong, and sort of just right kind of thing. So the Goldilocks effect, as we say. But getting that grip in a good position is going to help you control that face a lot more. If it's not, you're always fighting against kind of what your arms physically want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Good man, very good. Okay.